You know, the night sky is about to get a whole lot more crowded. We're going to talk about something that is literally reshaping our world from way up high, the Mega Constellation. So, what in the world is it?
Well, believe it or not, there's a revolution in how we connect to each other happening right over your head. A completely new kind of internet is being built up in space, and the whole idea is to connect everyone everywhere.
Okay, so let's get into it. What is this new internet above us actually made of? At its core, a mega constellation is just a massive network of satellites. And when I say massive, I mean hundreds, sometimes thousands of them. They all fly pretty close to Earth in what's called low Earth orbit, or LEO. The real magic, though, isn't just a sheer number of them. It's the fact that they all work together, like a team, to blanket the entire globe in a connection.
And we are absolutely not talking about just a handful of satellites here. Just look at these numbers from some of the big players like Starlink and OneWeb. For just its first phase, Starlink is talking about over 4,400 satellites. OneWeb is building a network with over 700. I mean, these are huge, ambitious projects on a scale we've really never seen before.
Now, to really get why this is such a big deal, we kind of have to look at what it's replacing. This isn't just a small upgrade to satellite tech. No, it's a totally new way of thinking. People often call it the shift from old space to new space. And this quote right here, it nails the biggest problem with the old way of doing things. You see, traditional satellites were often in these super high orbits, and you could only talk to them for a short little window when they pass by. If you missed that window, tough luck. You could be waiting for hours. That meant huge delays and really spotty service.
Okay, so here's where you can really see the difference. The old satellites, they're way out there in geostationary orbit. That's over 35,000 kilometers away. Now, they cover a lot of ground from up there, but that crazy distance creates a ton of signal delay, what we call latency. Mega constellations completely flip that idea on its head. They fly much, much closer to us, in low Earth orbit, and use thousands of satellites to create this dense web of coverage. And that closeness, that's the absolute game changer for speed. It just crushes the latency.
So you might be thinking, how does that even work if the satellites are always moving? Well, your little terminal on the ground does this clever thing called a handover. Your connection just rapidly and totally seamlessly jumps from one satellite to the next as they fly by. You know what it's like? It's exactly like your phone switching between cell towers when you're driving down the highway. Same idea, just happening at orbital speeds. All right, so giving everyone on Earth high-speed internet is obviously a huge deal. But the vision here is so much bigger. We're talking about connecting Earth and space in a way that honestly sounds like it's straight out of science fiction.
See, these constellations aren't just for us down on the ground. They are literally creating the backbone for an internet in space, a network for all the other satellites and objects flying around in orbit. This is a complete paradigm shift.
And this opens up two really cool new jobs for satellites. First, a satellite, let's say an Earth observation satellite, can act like a user. It can connect to the Mega Constellation to beam all its data back home super fast. But that very same satellite could also act like a tower, becoming a hotspot that provides a connection to other stuff flying nearby. It becomes a part of the network itself.
Which brings us to the future of all this. What happens when you have this level of integration? Well, you're laying the groundwork for what comes next, for things like 6G networks.
And the amount of data we're talking about here is just staggering. A single satellite using the space internet could send back over 5 terabits of data in one day. Now, to put that into perspective, the entire Hubble Space Telescope, it generates about that much data in a whole year. This is a mind-blowing leap in our ability to get information from space back down to Earth.
So here's the big takeaway. We are building a network that doesn't just connect every person on the planet. It also connects every satellite, every sensor, everything in orbit. It's a true integrated network between space and Earth. And that leaves us with one heck of a question. With this kind of constant, universal connection, what comes next?